industry has changed since the heyday of trucking in the 60s and the 70s and part of the 80s there. Not too much of the 80s, but a little bit. It used to be about freedom of the road and having nice equipment and taking care of your family and taking care of the company that you work for and having them take care of you. But those times have changed. Today, trucking is about one thing. The world is about one thing. Money. Money, 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 money. That's all that drives the world these days. So when you think that, I don't know, Congress is mandating electronic logs for safety, well, safety would be a nice byproduct. But truly it's lobbyists in there pushing the idea so some company can sell ELDs by the hundreds of thousands and make a fortune. It's money driven, it's money oriented, it's big business. Everything is big business, everything is money now. The big trucking companies are no exception. I love to listen to these CEOs on their radio that get on there and say, "Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the highway, you're moving America." But they don't say, "But you can't have any more money, no raises, just here's a hearty thank you." And that's all you get. Because the CEOs want to keep the money. They don't want to give any of it to you. The cheaper you'll work, the richer they'll be. That's their job. Their job is to keep as much money for the company and pay you as little as possible. The sad truth of the matter is that at the end of the day, the bottom line is trucking companies are made up of truck drivers. And without the truck drivers, there is no trucking company. It's as simple as that. So we as truck drivers have a certain amount of power, more than we generally realize, and generally more than we've ever taken advantage of. But the truth of the matter is, nothing moves without us. And the more we begin to push our influence, the better it will be for us, because some of the money has got to start running our direction, because it hasn't run our direction for a long time now, and it needs to start, and it needs to start right away and in big chunks, because we're slowly starving to death out here. So that's got to change. So it's time to start saying no to cheap freight, to low wages, to living on the road for days at a time, for resets with no money, for free waiting time at the loading docks, because it is all about money. And certainly, as the force that drives the nation, we as drivers deserve a fair share of the money. So when the CEOs get on and thank you for moving America, and then climb into their Mercedes and their BMWs and drive off into the distance while you're left with your old 79 Chev half-ton to get home out of the yard, just think of that. Remember that. You're doing the work. You deserve a fair share of the money, because it's all about money. If they can't do it without us, and they know it, they just don't want to admit it. But it's important that we know it and start using that knowledge to help ourselves.